Any bird that's black is my bird. Blackbirds are your birds. Red-winged blackbirds, grackles, rusty blackbirds, brewer's blackbirds, black scoters, the acclaimed black brant, crows, ravens, and blackbirds are largely maligned. There's a great blue heron on the skyline, just coming across off roost, headed to breakfast somewhere. I've been bird watching all my life, really. Everything's moving. From like age 7 or 8, I think I've been in love with birds. Look at the kettle of vultures. They caught a thermal.
Yep. All TVs. Yep.
Oh man, slow moving.
Dr. Drew Lanham is a professor of wildlife ecology at Clemson University, has a PhD in forest resources, and gives inspiring lectures around the world. More importantly, he has an incredible way of communicating his personal passion for nature and doesn't shy away from discussing what it's like to be a birder of color.
You know, when I watch turkey vultures play, man, just the way they play in the wind, that's such a cool thing, because as a kid, they were some of the first birds that made me wish for flight. I would lay out and pretend to be dead to see how close they would get.
Yeah.
But flight was the first fascination for me, and it still is a fascination. I grew up on a family farm in Edgefield, South Carolina, so birds were constant companions. I would watch a songbird flit from one tree to the next. And so I started to live vicariously through birds. I always wanted to fly. I always had these dreams of free flight. I used to constantly think about what the earth must look like from a migrating bird's viewpoint. There are eastern bluebirds right there. These are kind of the birds that helped me become an ornithologist. I never could have imagined that birds would become the mechanism for me to fly free in so many ways. Where I am in my life, from family to friends to the success in my profession, it's all because of birds. Hold up, who's coming through? There's a bird coming over. This looks like a falcon. Watch the gap here. Nope. Who are you? Whoa, Coop.
Yep.
Look at this. Yeah. It's like a textbook.
Oh, wow. God, this just says so many things up there.
And I'm hearing these pipits passing over here. Oh, look. Right here.
Yep.
It's inspiring to see people like you, people who look like you, having the same passion, the same love, being driven in that way, but then having people who don't look like you, who may have different backgrounds, understanding how we find common cause in a bird.
Course. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a powerful thing. And so I'm about connecting dots and about these linkages. If people can have some appreciation for birds, even one bird, a backyard bird, a cardinal, something they see, a pigeon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A pigeon, that beautiful strong flight through concrete canyons. If they can have love for a bird, then that kernel of love for that one bird can lead to, the growth of love for other birds and other things and nature in general. So it's not just something I do on the side.
Correct.
Birds, yellow rump warbler comes down, flycatchers. Birds aren't just something that we do, it's how we live.
Yep.
So here's a great blackback gull sitting in the water. Butterbutts are yellow rump warblers. Okay, bigger head, bigger bill, and typically will be a little browner.
If I'm having a bad day, if I can just step outside and walk through a nature trail or just come somewhere where I can be by myself for a minute, it means just having a chance to breathe I feel like I'm one with everything that's going on, you know. It's just like you're at peace and everything else around you is as well.
You know, having a diverse group of folks like this out here, I think is critical. This can be a career for students, that people can actually be involved in the environment and make a living doing their passion.
At first, I wasn't really the bird type person, but they're growing on me. Each bird species has something different about them, kind of like us.
Let's listen for a minute. Carolina wrens. There's a blue jay back there. And the northern cardinal. Conservation really means feeling deeply enough for something that you're willing to save some for others. I think the word for that is love, and I think conservation is ultimately an act of love. Birds can connect us to people, and the birds can connect us to issues, really. I mean, you look at a bird and you think about flight. You think about flight, you think about freedom. Everybody wants to be free. If I can watch birds, I'm free. You know, they're essential tools for birding. They're your binoculars, your spotting scope, your field guide. And if you're black, you're going to need probably 2 or 3 forms of ID. Never wear a hoodie, ever. You know, the edge of day as light is fading, those crepuscular hours are the times when many birds come to life. It's such a beautiful time to bird, but if you're a black birder and you're gonna bird at night, you better be careful, because you might be perceived as being up to no good. Be prepared to be confused with the other black birder. When I meet another black birder, it's like encountering an ivory-billed woodpecker, an endangered species. Extinction looms.
So there's an incident in New York Central Park caught on camera, and it's going viral. A black man, Christian Cooper, who is a bird watcher, recorded part of a dispute with a white woman. Her name is Amy Cooper, no relation. The whole thing is not captured on video, but it apparently began when he asked her to put her dog on a leash as required by park rules. They went back and forth, and then Amy Cooper claimed that she was scared. He then turned on his camera. She asked him to stop and then dial 911, telling the dispatcher that an African-American man was threatening her life.
I'm sorry, I'm in a ramble, and there is a man, African-American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African-American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my... I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
This is a statement to CNN. Amy Cooper said, "I think I was just scared." She wanted to publicly apologize to everyone. "I'm not a racist. I did not mean to harm that man in any way." She also didn't mean any harm to the African-American community. She understood the power she wielded at that moment to call police as a white woman on a black man, as a scary black man. I'm going to call the police and say an African-American man is. She understood that part of it. She had the wherewithal to understand that.
Exactly. She was looking for some way to get an edge in the situation, and that's where she went.
Color shouldn't define you being able to be in the environment or not. Like, nature is so amazing that no matter the color of your skin or what you look like, you should just be able to enjoy the environment. That's how I feel.
Emily Dickinson said, "Hope is the thing with feathers." And so birds always give me hope. I still try to envision the world from a bird's eye view. I'm still that kid. I'm still that hopeful person that flight is possible. Hopefulness is one of the best tools we have to go forward. And so I have to remain hopeful, and birds give me that.